mentioned before, I finished the show called Imperial Jade with the shopping channel and moved on to another show called Energy Stone. So I found some of the pieces that I created first for the Energy Stone show. For example, this piece, you can see there is still some Imperial Jade influence in my collection. This piece has the Imperial Jade or the jadeite pendant with the motif of Ri. Ri in Chinese is good with everything, happiness with everything, very content. It's also a symbol of power. It's what it used to be on the scepter of the emperor. And you see this motif a lot in Chinese carving. So that is a Chinese jade pendant, and then I'm mix it with turquoise bead, lotus flower jade bead, plum jade flower jade bead, and some pearls, and also multicolored jade beads. So this is one of the first pieces that I created for the Energy Stone collection, but it still has a lot of the Imperial Jade collection influence in it. And then there's also this one. This is a big Guanyin pendant. It's a Guanyin carved like from the back, and you can see it from the front on a piece of quartz. So it's really special. It's carved on the quartz, and it has kind of like a magnifying effect, because when you're viewing it from the front, the carving is actually from the back inside the quartz piece. Very unique, very different. And then I dress it up with mother of pearl beads and some crystal beads here to make it more fashionable. And this is morganite. Morganite is actually a very expensive stone. Here, this is a more commercial quality, but look at the color, the light blue, light pink, really beautiful. It matches very well with this piece. So this is, again, like a combination of the Imperial Jade collection and the Energy Stone collection. As you know, quartz is a very important stone when it comes to energy stone, the energy of stone. Quartz has an amplifying effect. It amplifies whatever energy that you're working with, and it can also help you connect with the cosmic power. So it pertains to the crown chakra. So up here, when you most need it to connect with your intuition or cosmic power, or just power out there. So very interesting piece, and it's one of the first pieces that we created for the Energy Stone collection. And I still have one or two pieces left. I always like to keep one piece for myself as a memento. So here, I know this is the beginning and this is the end. It's kind of strange, but you know, that's just the way my brain works. So I want to show you the when we were almost ending the Energy Stone show, this is what I was working on, and but we have not been able to put them together for a show because the show already ended, but I was already working on it. And it's funny in a sense that the more I work on a collection, the better I get. That's how I feel. But then when you get really good, then that's the time to say goodbye. It's so strange with life. So I know the power of quartz, so we used quartz to mix pendant. And at that time, this kind of quartz, like a hammered pattern, was becoming popular. Actually, I'm not the first one to use it, but I wanted to put this into my collection. And because we know if you wear like a piece of pendant that's so tiny and a piece of pendant that's so big, which one do you think has more power? I think this one has more power. We want to wear pendant for the energy person. We want to make it wear it big and raw. And this one is quite raw. It's all hand hammered to get the irregular shape. We haven't been able to finish it yet, so I just put it in like a basic rubber cord. But you can wear it this way. And then I was working on this This is a piece of kyanite. Kyanite, again, it has the power to align your chakra energy, because you can see a lot of vertical lines in it. That's the way its crystalline structure is formed. So I want to give you a big piece of kyanite too. So I found this big piece of kyanite. I was going to make more, but we want to dress it up to make it more fashionable. So you have a piece of fashion jewelry plus a piece of stone that has good energy. So this is not beater crystals, and very big clasp, because there's some weight to this piece. Again, this is one of the last few pieces that we made. And also look at the bale. This is called bale, and this is designed in-house. We designed this because we need something that's big and it's not available readily in the market. So we designed this bale, and there are crystals in it, you know, at every corner. Something very special, I think. And then I have a piece of quartz crystal pendant in here. Again, I like to use quartz because I know the power of quartz, the energy of quartz. And quartz usually is you can find quartz in nature in this column shape, and quartz as a crystal, its crystal structure is hexagonal, so there should be 6 facets in this quartz, and then it's pointed on 2 ends. It's like it's drawing the energy into the stone. I want it to be very special. I like to wear my jewelry this way, like hanging from the 2 sides, instead of putting a bell there and destroying the point of the crystal. So we also designed this way to wear the crystal. And again, I want it to be dressy, so I have a lot of Swarovski crystals stuck on it. At that time, this kind of technique was getting very popular in jewelry making. Yeah. And the key is you have to find the crystals that are the colors that go together. So we have some blue and green and a little bit of red and smoky quartz color. And this is done. This is a prototype, so it's done in-house. The trick with this is when it comes to production. Actually, I was a little bit worried if we ever produce this, because we have to rely on the artisans or workers to do this, and then the crystals we cannot. It's not possible to specify 2 pieces of blue crystal here, 1 piece of green crystal there, and 1 piece of blue. It's not impossible to specify, so we would rely on the eyes of the worker. So, and it's a little bit kind of difficult to control the outcomes from a production perspective. So, but this is the prototype we developed, and I really like it. I put it away. Again, I have so many jewelry. Even if I wear 1 piece, a different piece a day, it probably took me 2 years to repeat. So I just don't bother. I just like to look at them from time to time, check it out, appreciate the creativity and the workmanship and the ideas to go with it. So these 3 pieces are the last 3 pieces of pendant that we created for the Energy Stone collection, but I never sold them. Sorry, I know you like them, but sorry. Yeah, that's all, and I'll tell you other stories later.